are going. This is a best of 3, remember. It's going to be Team SoloMid versus Fnatic. And remember, guys, make noise when they get first blood, when they get a point, when they make a count. You know, the StarCraft guys made us kind of look bad earlier. They were cheering like crazy for MC. And we were just thinking, you know, are we going to see a first blood fight? That's the question. Level 1, but they have the advantage of Reginald, obviously, with the ball. He's going to use the Q, get straight into that. And you know what? He's going to go straight for that bush. Oh, PK trails them away. The stun goes straight down on towards the Raymanos. And Shusha is going to pull them away. PK is going to draw fire. And, yeah, see, I think he's trying to bait them into using flashes there.
Yeah. No need for a flash quite yet. There was enough distance there from PK. And nothing really happened here. And they're splitting up right now. TSM, that means they're not looking for further fight. I'm not quite sure what the purpose was behind this. Probably just showing up and saying, oh, and hiding a Singe there. Wow, Fnatic did that in the game against SK.
I wonder if they're going to do a Fnatic.
That would be so good. Clairvoyance in their own bushes. That'd be great. And yeah, Singe does have the teleport, so he's not even going to lose that much time.
Yeah, so Reginald's going to help over in the jungle. So meanwhile, TSM have gone about their business. And Fnatic just not really sure. They're a little bit blind as to what's happening at the moment. Shusha replacing himself in mid. We're going to see the old one is going to pull off and he's just going to go straight back. But still, they're not baiting, are they? Yeah. They're not taking it. So Clairvoyance goes down on blue. You know that blue is not spawned yet. It will spawn in 2 seconds. But look at that, beautifully started off, and they're going to go straight for it. Unfortunately, they're going to realize that Rayman is not there. Now, Rayman, I kind of feel he needs the early farm, but the question is, will they bait them the same way Fnatic did?
Yeah, and will Fnatic actually fall for their own trick? That's the next question. And right now, they should CV the bushes. That would be the ideal play right now. They still don't see the enemy. There could be a toss from Singed, of course, and that would be a kill. He has Ghost, not Flash, so he has to run out.
CV up now.
There's the CV, and bye-bye. Yep, that was a lot of time wasted there for Rainman, who is now going to go and teleport top lane. It was a good attempt, but you're not going to trick Fnatic with their own trick.
Yeah, exactly. And if for those that missed it, what Fnatic actually did, they had 3-man stacked in that bush and then CV'd their own bush that they were in, just to bait Candy Panda in.
The odd one actually finding Cyanide in the forest here at Raves. He's going to go and take the fight to him. Cyanide wasn't quite sure if he wants to fight or not. Not that much damage. Cyanide could pick up all the Raves, and the odd one is going to go top lane now. Very early invasion here from Gangplank, and XPK should be aware of a pirate coming from behind right now.
Yeah, he certainly should be. He doesn't seem to be, though. The old one is going to come straight around behind, and Rainman's going to get straight on. He will manage to get the flip. He's just going to, oh, nicely flashed just before he managed to get the flip down.
Nice.
And the other one just walks away from that one. Very well played there. But flash used, some of the spell used, so not too bad, really, for Rayman. And it's buying him time to just lay that poison down and start getting a bit of free farm going.
And once again, don't be shy to clap over us. Even if we're talking, just clap. We're going to hear ourselves, so don't worry about that. Gangplank now still setting up for that gank. And Amumu just went home, so there cannot be any help right now. And XPK does not know in how much trouble this is. Is this going to be first blood right now? There is the slow right now going. Beautiful exhaust, keeping Rainman at distance. Beautifully played by XPK.
Yeah, well played. So they hang on for a little bit longer. Reginald at the moment getting a nice bit of farm. Let's have a look to see if anyone's getting any catastrophe. No, he's exactly the same, pretty much the same, and that's going to be very hard for them. Actually, both of them are very strong farmers. I'm going to keep my eye on it. I can see that Special is there, and meanwhile I can see the old one is also stacking up, getting ready. They do manage to get the Q on him. Destinus going down as well. The old one will manage to get a parley. They're trying to pop that egg early. Don't think it's going to happen. No, he's going to dodge out the way of it. He is low, and it's made him forced to use a health potion, though, so kind of worth it.
Just gonna remark right now that Pirate is level 2, just think level 3, while Amumu was level 4, even while Pirate was still level 2. So that is the downside of trying so very, very hard to get a gank. I don't think he did too much. He kind of hampered Carthus a little bit in top lane, but this is XPK.
Bottom.
Oh, in bottom right now, Lamia has to jump out. It's going down to, wow, 49 health I saw there. Very well done. Just barely in time.
Just barely in time, and of course that's going to keep him away from the CS. He was pretty much even there, 20 to 22. That's going to give Caitlyn that little bit of a chance. Chaos playing Caitlyn, of course, and Wow, what a fantastic AD. Oh, I mean, all these guys really are top AD players.
Yes.
It's quite scary how good they are, really. It has to be said. And, you know,
Ooh, Melisande had to use Flash as well. Oh, unfortunate.
yeah, so Melisande is the man that can escape. You know, Flash is never wasted if you live. If you flash and escape and you live, granted you've got yourself in that situation, but you know, if you survive, it's totally worth it using. You know, it's not going to waste anything. The fact that it will respawn eventually, and you can see that Lamia has returned to lane, picked himself up a Doran's blade. Now, obviously going along with them boots and the health pots he had from the start. Let's have a quick peek around, see if we got any action going on. PK is struggling at the moment. You can see the Rayman. He is getting the free reign already. You know, which is a little worrying for when he actually hits the point where you just can't kill him.
Yeah, and XPK saw the pirate. I believe he saw the pirate. He must have seen the pirate. I don't know if he did, actually. And now Amumu's coming in. Amumu's going to go into the brush, and the odd one is going back right now. This could be a fling on XPK, though. And now they're going to go for XPK, who has no summoners up. And this could be first blood right now here for Team SoloMid. First blood goes to the odd one, who flashes out. Maybe safe, but no, Amumu is actually onto him, and this could be a revenge kill.
Yeah.
Well done from Cyanide.
So the kill, unfortunately, well, you know, the problem is Gangplank getting the kill is great. Actually, both junglers got the kill, but there was the assist from both teams as well, so it's pretty even stuff. But First Blood, obviously, you have that small bonus as well from the First Blood, so very much worth it for the top lane. Rayman has gone back. What's Rayman come back with? He's got himself Catalyst already. Wow, he's been getting some good farm at the top there. 34 farm, that's going to cause problems immediately. You can see Reginald and Shushay both low. Shushay with no mana, Reginald with no mana. And, well, it's really a case of will anyone come and support them. You can see that Special is making his way around. Reginald is actually baiting him in there. You see drawing him in, and Karthus is return to top. Special's going to go back down, which means Lamia is solo versus Chaos at the moment. Both players are going to pick up as much experience as they can. Just kind of how the supports really work. Don't want to pick up any CS. Having a look at the top there, you can see the Rayman. No, they're not going to get him. But the thing is, he's already becoming unkillable.
Yeah, it's very early in the game. And that Catalyst just means that even if you do harass him, he's just going to ding another level and he's going to be fine. The Catalyst, in case you don't know, gives you a good chunk of health and mana back every time you level up. That's just the ultimate lane sustain item. And oh, is Cyanide going to be able to actually steal that blue right there? There's a ward right now. So he sees it and they need to pull it out, but they should be safe. No?
Oh, they backed away completely from it there.
They saw XP in top lane and they saw Shushay in mid lane, and they also saw the other two in bottom lane. So there was a DP of 0. You know what a DP is? DP is dude potential. There was a dude potential of 0 dudes jumping out of the woodwork there, so I'm not quite sure why they didn't just go ahead and do the golem.
They fear the Amumu.
Yeah.
It's quite clear. PK, you can see he's actually landing them late ways, but they're just doing nothing. Yeah. Nothing at all to Rainman now. He's already becoming too strong for PK to deal with, but the problem is he can't walk in and start, you know, laying his poison down, because he's going to take attention from the tower, which he does not want. He's got to be careful. He's got no wards in the river actually at the moment, but you know what? I don't think he's that bothered about the damage potential from Karthus and Amumu combined.
And he just warded, and he actually almost caught up to CS right now, 51 to 44, and that's going to be 47. Yeah. Oh, actually 49 very soon. So he's actually caught up to Singe. That's pretty good. And at the same time, we see Caitlyn building something really strange indeed. What is this, Lee? What is Caitlyn doing?
We have seen Team SoloMid doing this every game of the tournament. They're going for the Wriggles land. Wriggles again. Oh, let's have a quick look top there. He's going to manage to get the flip. No. Just backs out again, but well, PK actually didn't really take any damage there. But Gangplank is going to come around, so we see the old one's going to get in close. I'm going to keep my eye on down the bottom now. I can also see Anivia making his way. It's going to happen both sides. I can see Lamia is drawing the attention. I think Rayman's going to just back out of that one. Let's have a quick look back in the bottom there. X-Special's the target at the moment. Don't think you look at the damage coming out from Chaos already there. Managed to net shot straight on towards Lamia. Lamia has to back out of it. Back up towards the top there. You can see Rayman working his way around. I tell you what, we're going to have to be on our toes to watch the first blood here. Not first blood, second blood, I guess.
Third blood. Third blood. Yeah, Orianna now going into a strange place. Let's see if she has wards. She does not have wards. She's actually invading the enemy forest. She's going to try and come gank bot lane from behind. That is super aggressive, especially considering how far push bot lane is. I think she's just going to run past the tower and try her luck. And you know what? That could really work. I'm a little bit concerned right now. Yeah, Lamia and Melisande have no idea this is happening, and there is Reginald. Now they know it's happening, and
oh! Flashed out of the ulti there. Nicely done, Melisande. Again, he just gets out of those situations all the time. The second the ulti was triggered, he got out of it. Well played by Melisande. You know, the support role is often the rewarded role, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you got players like Nif, Melisande, etc. They just do a fantastic
They're
job.
exceptional, absolutely, yeah. And I think we should pay more attention to them in casts as well. Kuja was saying the same thing. I like your casts a lot, he said, but you should pay more attention to support. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And we can actually see Shushay outlaning Orianna. That's a little bit surprising. Orianna at 66 versus 73, so not really outlaning her, but he's going to pick up that wave when he gets back to lane, so at least he's somewhat ahead of Orianna, and that's surprising.
Down at the bottom, though, you can see 86 to 65, so Lamia is having a problem to keep up here. You can see he's obviously building towards that Wriggles. Caitlyn is probably going to port away and have the Wriggles, I guess, which means we're probably going to see... Remember, we're at 12 minutes closing on it here. Still no Dragon attempts. It's almost certain it's going to happen sooner rather than later. Melisande is coming around the side there. Well, they've already seen him. Clairvoyance went down there. Gangplank does back away. Let's have a look. Lamia is going to get a bit of free farm. That's going to pull him straight back. He's going to Berserker Greaves. Berserker Greaves and Wriggles now on Chaos. So you guys watching at home, you know, this is not an ordinary build that you see, but when 3 members of your team do it, it kind of works.
It's really, really strong. The only problem is that if Fnatic look for a team fight right now, their carry is going to be stronger than the enemy carry. As soon as Lamia goes home and buys his best friend, the sword. That's what it stands for.
That's exactly what it stands for. Lamia is going to turn around, going to put a little bit of damage. Of course, don't forget he's got that Janna shield going on him, which gives him that extra attack damage. Easily he manages to outdo them. Shushay in mid. Reginald, Shushay doesn't have the blue, so he needs to be a little bit careful here. Gangplank was in around the region, but it's not going to do enough damage. Reginald taking damage from that tank as well. These things are no slouches. They'll do a bit of damage to you, especially an AP caster. Ward going in towards the push, so they're not going to get a shot on it. It's not going to be enough. Oh, X Special wasting the flash there. Trying to get in.
I didn't like that one.
No, you know, if it had landed, it certainly would have done a lot of damage. So flash pulverize is exactly what he was trying to do. He actually didn't go for the pulverize. He realized he was going to miss.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be aggressive. Oh, and mid lane at the same time, beautiful Amumu ulti, and she flashes out just at the last moment. There's the Carlos out. He's not going to kill her, obviously. And that was beautifully played from Reginald there.
Yeah, very nicely done. So a couple of ultis wasted there, and it has to be said. Cyanide and Karthus, and you know, the call probably went out. It's like, I'm going to get it, and then PK's just like, well, I'm low on mana, I'm going to port. Oh, into the mid though, Cyanide is in all sorts of trouble, and he's not going to get away with this one. Reginald does manage to get the kill on him, just managed to flick down there as Gangplank comes along. Meanwhile, Rayman is also beating away on this tower, and that is going to trigger the first dragon, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. They can see they're all running for dragon right now. Do you know where the blue from Team Fnatic is? I have no idea where it went. It's not up right now. Actually, wow, look at the speed that they're doing dragon with. That is insane, and Lamia can't really do much to KX there right now. Shushay coming in from above. Needs to be careful as well, though. He gets flanked in a very, very bad position. It gets a stun on Rainman, but look at Rainman. He just ignores all of that with his shield as well. And Shushay needs to be careful right now. Lots of damage. Actually, there's a very good jump and a flash, but it's not going to be enough.
PK coming down as well. They managed to get the slow. Oh, the stun lands, and now will get the kill. That's going to be a pull PK into it, though. PK doesn't have his ulti. He's pulling damage from the tower. He's not going to get X Special down. X Special with that ulti running. It's going to run out any second now. Melisande going in, trying to get the slow down. Orianna protects him, and I think he's going to get away with that one. It may buy them time on the tower, though, because there is a stack of minions coming in. Yeah. They are going to turn around. It's a full tower, and I think they may well pull this one up. I don't think TSM are in any situation to come back to them. So, wow. You know, a dragon for a tower is a fair trade, I'd say.
It is, absolutely. XP getting flanked there into Team SoloMid, and it almost looked like it was exactly what he wanted, because he could just use his AoE, but unfortunately, like you said, he used his ulti somewhat questionably earlier, so he didn't have it when it really mattered. And I was asking about Blue before. It's back right now, and it really, really, really needs to go to Anivia, because without Blue, Anivia is just going to be out of mana in no time at all. Actually, Anivia built a Banshee's Veil first. That is really, really strange.
Yeah, that's not going to do a lot of damage when it comes to the team fight, that's for sure. There's an Oracle Potion on Melissan as well. Meanwhile, Lamia continues to farm. Got that pickaxe as well. And Rayman's picking up a lot of free farm up top. That's nice of him. He's just going to carry on doing that. Let's have a look, see what he's actually building. You can see Rod of Ages now complete on Orianna and Singe. Singe is now going to have quite a bit of damage with that poison and be very tanky. 2,182 hit points. He's going to come around and catch XPK. He just puts the ward down there as he passes. Orianna is almost certainly going to take the blue.
Yep.
So let's have a look. Yeah, who did take that blue? I wasn't actually watching. I didn't see
has it now.
Went across there. He has it now, but I mean, the last one, I completely missed it. He's porting back already. What's he doing?
I don't know.
He's just going to, dance around there. So have a look down the bottom. He's 94 to 134. That's quite a sizable advantage to Caitlyn right now. So Kaok's doing a grand job in the farm, which is why he's got the Wriggles, the boots, and probably saving up towards that BF sword as well. Remember, they all got the 150 gold from the dragon. A double ward there.
Rainman now going in for XPK, but Pika is very, very safe there. Pika tried to harass a little bit. There is Cyanide now coming in, and maybe he's going to get... Yeah, Rainman, unfortunately, is so tanky. Look at that. He's just no damage whatsoever. If they chase him, they're going to take more damage to his
coming up the river as
poison.
well.
Oh, but there's Shushi coming up the river right now, and that could be a dead Rainman.
Coming in behind them. That's perfect. Ulti territory.
God.
Yes, it is. The ulti will go down. Cyanide goes down. Shushi, you are not escaping this one. You're going to get egged on the tower. Ooh, the odd one nearly going down to the tower. I don't think Reginald... Oh, and he gets headbutted away from the tower. Tries to pulverize him. Will Shushi be able to escape it? That's the question. No, because the ball goes down. He's got to be careful of dissonance. And the ulti from X Special manages to finish him off. And I think that's going to be the tower as well.
Wow, that started as a little fight for top tower with XPK there, and when they pushed in for Raymond, I think that was a mistake. There's no way they could have killed Raymond in time, even with Shuje coming up from the river, and they didn't see Orianna, or they must have seen her come up. I don't know why they fought that. That was just not a good place
and they
to
all
fight.
positioned perfectly. Just get grouped up. Say, Orianna, put your ball right here, and then ulti. And it's exactly what happened. It worked, and well played to TSM. They are 6-2 up on kills, which is actually obviously going to put them up on the gold. They've also got the first dragon as well, don't forget. And they are pretty even on towers right now. So meanwhile, Rayman now goes back to farming, as it were. He's going to keep on pushing these towers, and there's another stack going to beat on this mid. I think Shuche will get back here in time, but we're going to talk about Shuche picking up that Banshee's Veil. To what effect, really, this early on?
I think what they're thinking right now is the enemy is tanky, so we need to be tanky as well. That's a good hit there on Reginald, but as you can see, no damage at all.
Stole the gold. That was what he was going for. Stole some of the raids.
Oh, he did? Wow, that is mean. That's just mean. You don't do that. This is a friendly game.
There's nothing at stake here. Obviously, of course, 32,000 is the prize pool for Intel Extreme Masters for League of Legends, and this is just the first stop of many, as it were. Already qualified, actually. Team SoloMid have not qualified for China, which is quite important to note. CLG and Curse Gaming going to that one. However, Fnatic also not going there, so neither of these teams we're going to see in China.
Yeah, that's true. Special warding aggressively in Fnatic's forest right now. Let's have a look at Tristana. CS 120 versus 155 on Caitlyn. So 2 Wriggles only instead of 3 this time, but that is still enough. And look at the Rainman, he just cannot be stopped from farming. There's no way you can do that. XPK 131 versus 131 actually on Singe, so at least he's keeping pace. But I have to question how useful that's going to be.
The ping's going down there, and it was Melissan actually coming down river, and they were like, no, there's a big cow in the bush. He's sat ready and waiting. Oh, they're having a dive towards PK at the top here. You can see, I think, will he get the flip? Yes, he will. Pulls him away from the tower. PK is almost sudden. Will he go down? No, he will not. And he managed to land a really good exhaust on Rayman there just by the tower, which actually kept him alive. He's gone Rod of Ages. Oh, Gangplank ulti. Will it finish him off? He's just about going to get out of it. 137. You can see them coming around the side there. Reginald fancied a piece of that. Meanwhile, they're going to keep pushing in the ward mid there. Look at that. Reginald really wanted to kill coming around. They've got to be careful, though, because they could come around the back side, which is why Shuche and Cyanide both backing away. And you know what? They might even give this tower up the way they're moving here. Are they going to go for Dragon? Dragon is up, I believe. Yes, there it is.
Yes, but TSM need to be aware of that. I'm totally sure that they are aware of it. Tristana's coming in right now, and let's see what TSM are doing. They have vision of Lamia. Yeah, they have vision of Lamia, and they're now pinging Lamia as well. So they're now coming in Oh, Shusha, you need to be super careful with it. Very early ultimate there from X-Special. Lami is trying to pick up the... Yes, they do pick up the Dragon right now, but so much damage on Silent. There's a Cardinal ultimate coming from across the map, but that's not bad. But Reggie is safe, Chaos is safe, and oh, beautiful flash once again from Henderson, who is gonna... Oh, wow. Who's gonna die? That's what I was looking for.
Crazy stuff. Well, they managed to get the Dragon, but they paid the price with 2 deaths.
Yeah.
And PK could have really done with coming down a little bit earlier. You know, he knew his rest of his team were there, but he couldn't really just go running through the jungle there because the rest of TSM were around there. They're also stealing the blue as well, and it's actually going to go to Chaos.
Wow.
That's just rude.
Yeah, it's not even we want that blue, it's just we don't want you to have that blue. And with an Anivia in the team, that hurts a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they need. You know, PK wouldn't be too upset about getting it as well. It's all about the cooldown reduction rather than the mana use for both of them, really. But the mana is so important on Shushay. Shushay, has he built much AP? Yes, he's got a blasting ward on there, but he's going to fall so far behind. I'm not sure about that start. We have a Bloodthirster now complete on Chaos. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Tristana Lamia is, well, he's still trying to chase that Infinity Edge, 139 CS to 178, so he's falling behind, and once you start to snowball, it can be dangerous territory when you're against top teams. And, you know, when you fall that far behind, it wasn't really gank attempts, it was just didn't get the CS.
Amazingly though, Fnatic are only 3k, less than 3k gold behind. From my gut feeling, I would have said they're at least like 5 or 6k behind right now. So they're definitely not out of this game quite yet, but it's looking very badly for them.
Cyanide could be in trouble here. The ulti from Gangplank going in, as well as the ulti from Reginald coming across, actually knocked him out of the damage there. X-Special is going to get a pulverized down. Cyanide's not going to be able to escape this one. Eventually he will go down. It's whether in case he managed to pull away and do any damage in the process. Reginald picks it up. 9-2 the score now. Team SoloMid still even in towers though. So the Banshee, that's why I wondered about the Banshee. You know, it's so easy to pop, just simply straight across, pop it. And you know, it's targeted, there's no way around it, and I think that's going to be the tower going as well. Oh, they back off.
Yeah, there's a good flow right now on Reginald, but I don't think they have anywhere near the damage output that they need just between the two of them. I'm not sure where Shusha is going. Trying to wall him off there, but it was a little McLaren-ish. And when people can just gank you freely like that in your own forest, that's going to start messing with your nerves. And this is exactly what TSM need right now, Lee. After that beating they received at the hands of SK, they need this as an ego booster.
Oh, it's a massive confidence booster, or an ego booster, as you say. He's not giving up on Shushay. Very aggressive start as Reginald. It's what we're kind of used to. Let's have a look down the bottom. Lamia is actually having problems keeping Chaos away from this tower. You know, it's actually tanking it now. He's going to continue on doing that while the rest of the team SoloMid keep pushing. Rayman also continuing to push up top, which is what's keeping XPK busy up the top here. He's not able to leave his lane to come and support his team, despite the fact he's pretty well farmed. He's not able to do anything other than lend his ulti out there. And again, look at that. Chaos just chipping away at the tower, going to put the sniper shot down. A lot of damage as well. And now he's going to take that turret and he's going to see if he can finish it off. Not going to be able to get a kill. And just carries on farming quite happily.
It's the same story with Rainman and XPK in top lane that I was watching there at the same time. They're just, you know, farming. Rainman pushing the lane whenever he can with his poison. He's basically picking up 100% of the CS. Very painful there for XPK. Can't really stop him from doing that. He has no threat at all whatsoever against that Singed. Singed hasn't built any MR yet, but he has that much. He just has that much health. He can use his ultimate every 40 seconds or so to just get the health back in case he should ever be harassed out of it. Right now, ping's going down in the Golem Forest for Fnatic.
Ward fighting, that's all that was. Oh, they're still pushing on down the bottom there. I can see. I think he got spotted Cyanide a little bit too early there, but look at the damage. He's already chipped away at that top turret, bottom turret, sorry. The top turret's had a little go at it. Rainman, just look at this, just waiting. Oh, he's going to come around. They knew he was in there, though. With the three of them are going to come around. Rainman's in a little bit of trouble. Nice wall. Manages to block him off. Are they going to use too many ultis? That's the question. Rayman, look at it. He just runs away. 4 members of Fnatic there, and he could not do anything. And then he's ulti popped. So bring it on.
I'm singed. What do you want from me? I'm just going to pop my ulti and I'll be just fine.
Craziness. They're going to have problems stopping him. It has to be said. I don't think that Shushay going for that Banshee's Veil, it's just hampered them, I think. I know he needed it early against Reginald, but it gets popped so easily, and I think we're going to have an early Baron.
That is a super early Baron, and you know, you have a Chaos there with a Wriggles Lantern, and you see what happens. Super, super fast, and I don't think the Fnatic have any idea this is going on. They're just going to see the
Reginald just keeping them busy.
Yeah, it's going to see the Baron particle around Orianna suddenly, and they're going to go like, oh, that happened.
That's given them a big gold advantage, it has to be said. It's given them a buff advantage, so I expect to see them stack up. And when they return to base, I think a few of them are just like, no, let's keep going with the rest of the team. So, yeah, Rayman and Xpecial have both gone back. Xpecial 004 getting in there. We got to bring the support guys into this. He is supporting very, very well.
Yes, absolutely.
Infinity Edge now complete on Tristana. We said it would happen earlier. However, it's not, because despite the fact he built a Wriggles Lantern early, he's got the Bloodthirster and a Zeal now already. So the Chaos is very strong. Reginald in a little bit of trouble here. Shushay does manage to get the wall on, but it's not long enough coming around the backside.
And look at Shushay's health.
Rainman just getting straight aggressive. He's like, no, don't worry, just stay there. We'll get this.
Look at Shushay's health. That was one combo from Orianna right there. That is just, oh man, he was full health before that.
But he is building AP now. He's got that needlessly large rod in there, slowly building up that Rabidon's death cap, so he will catch up. It's a case of TSM need to kind of close it quicker. So, well, you know, they've got the Baron buff, Dragon being picked up. They need to start pushing towers with this buff before it runs out, really. Plenty of time still.
They have plenty of time, and Rainman just very, very aggressively positioned once again. He just wants them to go for him. He wants to offer himself as a target and say, hey, guys, look at me. I am silly cinched. I'm totally out of position. You can kill me in no time at all, I'm sure.
Oh, going around the top there. We'll keep our eye on that. Are they going to come? No, they haven't really got the damage. And, well, you can see the AP now. Shushay has built up 149 AP. Obviously, that needs a large rod helping, and suddenly he is doing quite a bit of burst damage when he catches them in a group. Orianna trying to throw out his ball to see if he can catch any bait. Nobody's going anywhere near it, though. Look, he's trying his best to bait them in. And Xpecial, I think, wants to flash pulverize here. I think that's what he's waiting to do.
Flash pulverize ulti, and that would be perfect initiate. I wonder why they're waiting so long. They probably want to poke them down a little bit more, but the time would have been perfect already. Xpecial has his flash up, he has his ultimate up, so he could just go in and do that right now if he wanted to.
Yeah, but the question is, would they have enough damage to do it? I think they're starting to get a little cautious. They're not actually managing to poke that much. SK versus TSM, there was a lot of poke. It was a long-range poke team, and it worked really well. But that's because they had Nidalee tossing the javelins, just like Hotshot GG did the other day. You know, tossing those spears straight through there. It's a pretty standard tactic, it has to be said. But when it works well against top teams, you've got to take note of it. Oh, they actually caught Xpecial in.
I know what they're waiting for, and it's happened now. Reginald has his ulti, so I believe they're going to go in. There's the ulti, and where's the flash pulverize? Xpecial is actually running around the top right now. The damage needs to go out on Reginald, but he is too safe. XP cannot get there. Cyanet's gonna fall probably. Xpecial is all the way in there, and that is not gonna be enough to kill Cyanet, but still very well done. And look at Rainman, he's just fine. He didn't take any damage. Super, super tanky. No one died from TSM.
Yeah, and they're going to switch straight over towards top tower. Top tower will go down, so they are going to pick up 2 towers. Reginald taking a small hit there, but immediately shields himself up, and top tower goes down. So Team SoloMid looking very strong so far. That's 2 towers with the buff and making full use of it. And Rayman now actually, no, he's not taking tower, and he's going to push straight on it. Cyanide, they can't do anything about it. They do manage to get a good wall down. The stun didn't quite go down, and again, they are focusing on Rayman. Do not focus on that crazy tank.
Well, they were just using auto attacks, to be fair. Tristana had no one else in auto attack range, so she may as well pew him down a little bit, but it's never going to happen, you know. It's just never going to get him down anywhere, and that could be the first inhib of the game already at the 29-minute mark. That is very, very painful for Fnatic right here.
It is very painful, and it's going to be a massive ego boost, as it were, for Team SoloMid. They were coming into this one on a bit of a downer, but it's going to make them feel very, very happy indeed. Massive stack coming along top there, which is why Caitlyn's immediately switching across there. They're going to push in and pick up a 4th tower of this push, which is quite an incredible turnaround from Team SoloMid. And it was all about that sneaky Baron fight they did that Fnatic just either weren't aware of or felt they couldn't do anything about.
Yeah. And Rainman just getting tankier and tankier as time goes by. He's definitely going to have his force of nature right now next time he goes back. Not sure what he's going to build with the Giant's belt. Could be a Sunfire Cape. Doesn't even matter. He just needs all that. He just needs all the health he can get and all the magic resist he can get, and he's going to be just fine. Let's see what he's actually going to get. That's the Force of Nature, beautiful. And the Trinity Force already for Pirates.
On Quicksilver Sash as well, more importantly on Caitlyn there. It's one of those things to note. When you get to that point, you don't need more damage. You need survivability.
That's true.
And the Quicksilver Sash, it's like a free cleanse is the word I'm after. Before I say something rude on air. Shirley's Reverie now and Ionian Boots. Yeah, Force of Nature on that Rod of Ages Dark Goal. It really is very strong, very, very strong. We've got the Super Minions pushing along mid, of course, and I guess we're going to see maybe a push either on top or bottom. What are they going to do? Oh, PK has been very long way out. Gangplank going to come around the side. He's ready. He's got Odd One with him. No, Rayman's actually backed away, so he could have caught him out there, I think. Instead, they're just going to keep pushing mid. You know, they're going to build up these Super Minions, so actually push pressure on towards the two towers like the Nexus, and then they're just going to back away. They're going.
They can do whatever they want.
They're just picking all the buffs up. I think.
Exactly.
All the free farm. TSM, I think, kind of have this one in the bag to start with. It's going to be over to the second game, and they need to kind of reset their thinking. It will be coming up shortly after this one, but we're not finished yet.
Yeah, as much as I'd like to keep hope alive as well, I think this one is probably going to be over very, very soon. TSM are unstoppable right now with the death cap on Orianna. They will never ever let them get anywhere near Orianna, and Orianna can put out all the damage she wants with that massive range. They should definitely have banned
39 AP.
Yeah, oh, wow. They should have banned her. They should have just banned Orianna. Wow, Shuje building tears instead of finishing his death cap. Don't like that one bit. This late in the game, you're never gonna get them charged. You know, doesn't make that much of a difference.
Did he just ulti?
Did he? He just ulted. His ulti's on
cooldown. He ran out of range and then it pulled the ball straight back onto his head and then ulted, and it ulted on his head. So
that's why Orianna is called a high skill ceiling champion. And he just bumped his head on that skill ceiling.
We're not got him too badly because he's doing all right. It has to be said. Oh, yeah. Baron is probably due to spawn, which is why they're switching straight across there. I guess it's really the only chance the Fnatic will have is to try and get a Baron steal on. But the problem is Rainman's just continuing to push and farm.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they don't need him there to manage to take it down. Instead, they're just going to try and steal any Lizard buff is not there, which is why they're not going there. Look at that, Rayman just continuing to troll.
Yep, and he can still teleport in if he is needed. They will have wards, and there they go for yet another Baron right now. And look how quickly this is going to go. Yeah, Orianna's damage is going to be helpful, but it's mostly Chaos with that Wriggles Lantern. It's just, and the odd one, of course, also with the Wriggles Lantern. And here's, oh, beautiful, beautiful ultimate on Medicine right now. Ignite, but he's going to get away. But there's Rainman porting in right now, and he's going to pop the ultimate and going to try to fling Shuje.
Oh, nice.
Good ultimate for Pyre. Shuje has to flash, but he's so low right now. Gets the stun off on Rainman. Gets the exhaust off on Rainman, but still gets flung. They're putting everything on Rainman there to keep him away, and it's not going to happen. That's Xpeaker going down as well. Pretty certain right now. Shuje is down. Oh, Xpeaker is going to get away, but they don't care. They can now do Baron, they can do top inhibitor, they can do whatever they want.
And they're going to run straight towards top tower, and like you say, they can do whatever they want. And Malisan kind of got caught in that bush, but it's a case of trying to get in there, put a ward down. It's the usual that we see. That's the only time you ever see supports getting caught out of position is when they're trying to get in there and get a ward. And there's no other free, easy way of doing it. PK trying to clear out as many of these super minions as possible. And look at the damage immediately just going on them. There's a lot of AP now on Reginald. In fact, they're just going to tank it. They're just going to put it on whoever needs the shield. It's just going to keep them at bay with that Q. They remember he's got blue on as well, so that Q is almost freely available. Look at the damage he's just done onto Lamia. Lamia does manage to jump in and get the kill on Reginald, and that's going to force TSM away from this one. They need to try and pick up as much as possible so they can try and force a Baron straight afterwards, but it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. They only got the one. It was Reginald. It's the one that counts.
The one you want. That's the one you want. That's a little bit of a death of killing streak money right there for Tristana. Let's see if it's going to be enough for a Zeal, actually. Building very... so she has the Seal. Building very strange. Not going straight for fun, but then actually building another Duran's Blade after the Zeal. But yeah, they're gonna pick up. They have picked up Dragon. It is now absolutely. It is still TSM's game to lose. They need to. They just need to play safe and straightforward, and they're gonna win this one. Shuje trying to farm as quickly as he can. Has a Brilliance Potion in his inventory. It's gonna come down to how quickly can he build that death cap, and can he actually make it work in a team fight. And we have on Amumu only the Banshee's Veil and a little bit of armor. it's just not going to be enough against people like Gangplank and Caitlyn. Caitlyn, who, by the way, now has the Bloodthirster, Phantom Lancer, and another best friend sword. And the Wriggles Lantern.
Gonna hurt when he just gets anyone on you. And Rainman, if he manages to fling you away, eating a Howling Gale, and just clearing out the wards to build up for an almost inevitable Baron fight.
Yeah, 11 to 3 kills.
Kaox even just starts it on his own.
Sure, why not? There you go. And I don't think Fnatic should even get anywhere near this. They are going to try to steal, it looks like, but you know, it's really not worth it. And oh, Reginald almost getting caught out of position here. XP is going to go in, but he's not going to have enough damage. And oh, beautifully played by Reginald. Just completely flips him up like a light switch. Lami has to use his ultimate to get Rainman away from him, but you know what? Rainman is going to come for you. Janna Tornado is going to keep him a little bit further away, and there's another stun. But you know what? Rainman keeps coming, and he keeps coming, and he's going to find Cyanide right there. The Fling is actually just going to pop the Banshees. And there was another, oh, actually misses the stun on Rainman. There's going to be a mid-inhib falling down again, and with X-Peek it down, it's nothing Fnatic can do. They can pretty much surrender.
Yeah, massive stack of super minions coming in from top as well. They're just going to tank that bottom to it down. So first game, going to go to Team SoloMid, the Americans. Will it be an All-American final? That's the question. We already have CLG in there. They were dominant this morning. It was a very close match for a long time, but in the end, they managed to pull it off. Wow, damage going straight in there. And, ooh, the sniper shot just about hanging on Melisande. If he wasn't on the fountain, he would have definitely gone down there. We're going to get a one last attempt from Cyanide. It's a dying effort. Anything you do to just try and keep him away. It's an emo moment for Amumu. PK comes in there, tries to do as much damage as he can. Kaox just turns around, shoots him straight in the face, takes him down, no problem. Sin
Rainman
finally dies.
I don't believe it.
Finally. So one death for Rainman, one death for Reginald, and one death for Kaox. And the only man that didn't die is the support guy, and that is X Special. And oh, on the fountain there, the odd one finishes off Shushei. The Nexus will fall, and a fountain dive from Reginald just at the end there, just to say, I can do this too.
GG.
Incredible stuff, Daniel, it has to be said. You know, so the first match is going to go to Team SoloMid. They're coming out of this one. They lost a 2-0 clear, and it wasn't close the second game. The second game was absolutely one-sided. So Team SoloMid going to be so confident. Fnatic now just have to pick themselves up. But we will find out shortly. The players are going to have to sort themselves out, had a little discussion. We're going to have a little discussion. So we'll be back straight after this.